Long time no see. Welcome back to another episode of the Mod Pod, and we got back-to-back wins for both teams.
Hey, I mean, this is our.
For Bears and Cowboys. I mean, that way back-to-back for our two teams back-to-back.
Yeah, but this is one of the few victory podcasts that we've had together. I mean, sure. you've been having a little bit more than mine, but
it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah,
and we took a little hiatus. We got busy with the holidays. Stuff like that happens.
Yeah, and in my case, a little bit of depression. Bear season is full on meltdown mode. So, hey, but what Bear season isn't full of dumpster fires?
Hey, there's always I think there's a little bit of brightness, which we'll get into.
Yeah,
when we start talking about the Bears, of course. Before we get into already pre-made me some Jack and Coke. So cheers, my guy.
Cheers to that. Cheers. We're heading into the new year. We're a couple days out from New Year's Eve. So let's hopefully we can keep this fun train going. Hopefully we can get this win streaks. Maybe go to 2 weeks in a row in my case. You have a big game coming up this weekend as well. You want to go ahead and just jump into the Dallas Cowboy game just because of the stature of that win.
The ass beating heard around the world, you might say.
Man, like it was that I just like throw the towel, just call the game, man. Just let him get out of here.
The Simpsons meme where he's dead already. Stop.
Yeah, man. Oh shit! I honestly thought it was going to be a little bit more of a game. Especially with the way Washington has been playing, and they just were not ready.
I mean, they come out, they want to test the waters with Trayvon Diggs right off the bat. I mean, you're throwing to Scary Terry, of course, but then you always got, he may not have the best coverage, but he is a ball hawk.
Yeah, man.
And he is he's 11 interceptions now, and you just come out and test him just like that.
Yeah, and I really needed Washington to score a couple times, fantasy wise. They kind of bit me in the ass. As soon as I saw that interception in the first play, I was like, "Oh shit, okay." The game's over.
A lot of upset, Scary Terry owners that game because he was just locked down all game.
Yeah, man. I mean, he hasn't really been performing the last couple of weeks, to be honest.
Yeah.
But man, can we just talk about the Dallas defense? Just for a little bit.
I mean, that's all I've been able to, talk about with the offense who was sputtering before this week. This defense been carrying, but man, this is just night and day compared to last year. And I mean, that's a big focal point. This is a year from being one of the worst defenses in the entire league. And then Dan Quinn steps in. We talked about it, week one, we said, hey, I just want them to be competitive. Did not expect them to be this damn good, and then you just got Micah Parsons.
Defense is putting up more points than the offense at this point. So, I mean, this is exactly – I don't want to jump on the train, but this is the type of defense that wins championships.
So they say. They say.
I don't know, man. If there was ever a time to, Super Bowl or bust, it has to be this year. But – we have to see an improvement in Dak's play week in and week out.
Which, he's been very stagnant the past, let's call it 4 weeks. Been very stagnant, just doesn't look there. Offense looked totally off sync. Receivers dropping easy catches, not knowing their routes, just a lot of confusion there. And then Dak just making 2018 Dak mistakes.
Yeah.
2018 and then off year. Yeah.
We don't really see an old Zeke out there either.
Yeah. He's been banged up. I did like what I was seeing this game though. He at least looks somewhat healthier than he has in the past 5 weeks, if anything. Yeah. You don't see him kind of hobbling off the sideline on that game. I mean, they didn't have to rely on the run game. And this is what we were expecting on the offense. Either they're gonna run it down your throat or they can just air it out. And then finally we got to see them air it out. We got to see Dak air it out. He was already, halfway in halftime, 4 touchdowns, 330 yards in the air, killing it. And then you saw him even being mobile too. It's like, where's this guy been the past 5 weeks?
Yeah, and that's exactly what we've been expecting, all season long is the mobility to be there, especially, coming off of his surgery and stuff. So we saw the confidence at the beginning of the season, and then it just kind of.
Yeah. So we saw peak Dallas offense week 1.
Yeah.
Because they made it competitive. It was high scoring game between them and Tampa Bay. Dak was on fire. All the receivers were good. We saw a little bit of competitiveness out of the defense. So now we're at a point where hopefully they're back. I mean, show that they're back. Show that they're done.
Right. That kind of sounded like a question. They're back?
I mean, it's still Washington. That's the only deal. Washington's kind of shot themselves in the foot multiple times already. Big testament is against the Cardinals, who, for whatever reason, they cannot win on the latter leg of the season. That's just that's been with Cliff Kingsbury this whole time. Like, they start off red hot and then they just die at the end.
You know why?
There's not that
ever since the Cardinals social media team on Twitter changed the Chicago Bean into a fucking dildo L, they've been cursed.
I've heard that, and also because they refused to do the tweet where they had gotten beat. They refused to do the L tweet to the who was it? Was it to the Lions they lost?
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't tweet out the L. You gotta be humble.
And this is the worst time.
You don't have to caption it. Just put a picture. It's okay. You don't have to be like who just did it recently. They didn't caption it. It was Washington. They didn't caption it. They just put the picture of them losing. That was it. Leave it be.
That was it. But they're hyping this up to be Kyler Murray's show in Dallas, that he does not lose in Jerry World.
Right.
So a little disrespectful, but
very disrespectful.
I mean, it's like, show me what you've been doing lately. Yeah. And right now, this has almost been like the biggest letdown, especially with the way they started off, thinking, they're going to go straight into the playoffs. And now it's like, okay, they're beatable. They're not, some huge team that you're going to have like a Goliath type of team. Like they have this.
Every team has looked beatable. Every single team. I mean,
sure.
Packers barely eked away a win if it wasn't for the refs against the Browns.
Whoa.
So, come on.
I don't know. Hey,
that's
but you know
knowledge.
What? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing another team get fleeced.
Yeah.
On, national television for the whole world to see how effective the Green Bay 12th man is.
Yeah.
And it's not just, an angry Bears fan like myself talking shit after every loss. No. Everyone saw it.
Yeah.
And I honestly feel like, without that no call right there, Baker could have done it. That no call at the end of the game kind of fucked him.
Yeah, I mean, Baker, it also,
he didn't do himself any favors.
No, he didn't do himself any favors with 3 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah.
But going back to our two teams, let's move on to the Bears Seahawks game.
The what?
Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, that team. This guy right here, BDN season. This just goes to show how fucking retarded our ownership is. Our GM, our owners. We have Nick Foles, Super Bowl winning quarterback.
True.
On our roster, but no. We go and sell off half of our assets, and we go and sign. And this is not to knock Andy Dalton, great guy, I'm sure. But why do you go and pick up this dude for $10 million? You're already on the hook for 40 for Nick Foles to just do nothing. He was in plain clothes for most of the season, and he comes in off the bench and really just did a really good job against the Seahawks. I honestly thought that we were going to lose that game. The snow was there. We were in their turf. The stars aligned. I don't know what to say. We went out and were actually playing good football. David Montgomery was running the ball. Nick Foles did his job to win the game.
Doing good. Herbert was doing a good job too.
Yeah, man. where has this team been this whole time, right? The play calling wasn't that bad, but I think it just goes to show is Matt Nagy knows how to play with a quarterback like Nick Foles.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do with a Maserati like Justin Fields.
What about Maserati Mitch?
Gone. We don't say that name no more.
All right, my bad. So, Mooney, wide receiver number 1 from here on out.
I mean, he is wide receiver 1
until Michael Gallup goes over there.
Allegedly. I didn't say those words. You did. Okay? You said those words. I don't know. I wish I would have seen a little bit more growth from him this season.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you don't have an offensive line and your quarterback is getting killed, I mean, we're going to see an off season like this. But I do see some flashes. Hughes had some good catches. He's had a lot of drops lately, which a little concerning.
He had some physical yards after the catch, too.
Yeah.
I did see that.
With him and David Montgomery. These two cats, they're young. With Justin Fields, I have high hopes. I'm excited for the seasons to come, but we really need to do something about this coaching. Right now it's a little –
O-line's got to get addressed.
For sure.
There's still a few pieces.
I honestly feel like we try to trade off Andy Dalton. We keep Foles because it's going to be cheaper to keep him. And he could be a mentor to Justin Fields. I think he's a solid backup, obviously. He went in and I think he did really well. I wish, even though the Bears won, they still fucked me in the end. I needed a couple more points out of Dave Montgomery or Cole Kmet. But no, out of all fucking games, instead of going for the tie so we can go into overtime, I can get a little bit of extra action. Nope. We go for the win, and it happens. It only happens to me, man.
When you're 4-10 at that point, you got to make statement plays.
Statement plays, man. Okay.
Hey,
for sure.
It's just that feel good. You got to feel good for the rest of the season.
No, and
two more dubs,
I
very
totally
possible.
Get it. I totally get it. But it was an exciting win. It was cool to see a game played in the snow the way it was.
Yeah, snow games are always fun.
It was really coming down, and I almost would have. I wish I would have paid a little bit more attention to the weather. I had Lockett playing, thinking that he was going to expose our defense, which they didn't. Russell Wilson's not cooking right now, and Quinn is having himself a season. He's going to break the Bears' quarterback sack total, I think, of 17.
Yeah.
So I'm for sure thinking that he's going to beat that record this next coming game against the Giants. So, I mean, everything's good. Everything's looking like this is a team that can win some games next season. It's just we need a better coach. Big Dick Nick season right here. I had to wear it in honor, man. I don't know how many more games we're going to have with him. Hopefully he stays. Yeah. But, man, it was exciting just to get a win.
I think you're right on that. It makes more sense to keep him for the amount of money that it's already invested into him. Make him that veteran presence that Fields may need behind his ear, just could help make Fields better, if anything.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Dalton, I think that experiment's washed. He can try elsewhere. It's just he's going to be a decent journeyman QB for the next 3 or 4 more years of his career.
So what do you think happens in Washington? Because imagine him, I mean, he's a capable quarterback. Where do you think he'd be able to land?
I mean, Washington needs a QB, obviously. I don't know if they'll get anybody that can fall to them in the draft, really.
This draft class isn't that good.
But I think the most coveted QB that people might try to make moves for is going to be the Ravens backup QB, Huntley.
Man, balling
Lamar
out.
Jr.
Yeah. Maybe even better. I mean, he was playing really nice.
Yeah, he's got a
passing wise.
He is a little bit better pass decision wise, if that's the correct term for it. I feel like he can see the defense a little bit better in the passing game than what Lamar can, and I think he was undrafted too, which is crazy.
Hey,
whatever scouts dropped the ball on that one, Jesus.
Yeah, and he's been sitting there this whole time.
It's collecting dust. But I think he's going to be highly coveted. I think people could even try and make a move for Gardner Minshew. I think it's another quarterback.
I like him. Always liked him.
I mean, that's just even someone that's going to put butts in seats too, just because people can gravitate toward him. They like that guy. Like that's just somebody that's gonna you want to go see, or you wouldn't mind having that dude as a face of your quarterback.
Right.
I can see him in Washington, to be honest, if the Eagles let him go. If they want to, but I feel like they're probably gonna keep him there for what's his name? Fields' backup. I mean, not Fields. Hurts. Jalen Hurts is a backup. But I don't know. I mean, I think Huntley. It's going to be an interesting offseason to see where that kid lands, or see what he's offered.
Yeah, and then you're gonna go and through the whole like, where's Aaron Rodgers gonna go? Like the whole decision.
He's staying in Green Bay, man.
What I was thinking.
There's no way he's going anywhere else. He's staying in Green Bay. That's I can't see him going anywhere else.
I can't see Green Bay.
There's only if it was a team that was a contender that had made it this far, and like it was an iffy quarterback situation.
Yeah,
then maybe. Like let's say if it was I don't know. If you ever wanted to go somewhere, damn it. Like the only thing I'm thinking, like Steelers. If you ever wanted to go somewhere,
that's exactly what I was thinking.
The only spot it would ever make sense to me is Steelers, as long as Tomlin's there, of course, and everything, which he should be. But I could only see it going to Steelers. They have a really good defense still. They have good wide receiver pieces. They have
a nice running back
who looks good at running back. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see him going to Steelers if he wanted a fat contract. I have no idea what that cap room looks like though for the Steelers, but I really don't see him going anywhere. Devontae Adams, as long as him and Devontae Adams stay there, I can see him just finishing out his career there.
Yeah, I could totally see that. It's just going to be really annoying that that's all they're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
And he already said that he's not going to be dragging things out, but I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers.
It's Aaron Rodgers. Really... He says he's not into the drama, but he does kind of like his on-screen time. Yeah. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been a host of Jeopardy. Let's get it real. All right. So let's move on to next week. Let's stick with the Bears. You guys got a matchup against the 4-11 Giants right now. Is Denny Dimes going to be back?
No. I thought he was done for the rest of the season.
He's done for the season, right?
Okay. Yeah. So we might have
Jake
long
from.
Neck. Depends. It would be cool.
He didn't have such a good start. So the history there, though, is that him and Fromm were at the same college at one point.
Right.
And he was his backup?
Yeah, and he transferred.
Okay, right. So that would be a cool, we could
that would be
a revenge game for both, if anything, or more for Fromm than Fields for sure.
Yeah, and this is going to be our last home game. Again, I don't know. Like they're saying, Andy Dalton's been practicing. I don't know if they would want to expose Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Right now, like the last time we were talking, just park him. I'm a fan of just keeping him on the sideline, letting him rest up until next season. I know it's like the extra reps, but it's also extra chance of him getting hurt, especially with the way our offensive line has been playing.
Yeah. But it's not like the Giants' front five are really anything crazy, to be honest.
This is how accidents happen.
All right.
Fair. And I'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mind seeing, Nick Foles starting again. Mm. The offense looked like it's vanilla, but it was effective.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a good veteran QB at the helm is what it comes down to as well.
And I don't know if you caught his interview afterwards. They're like, we kind of saw, like, from the sidelines, you were saying, the offense isn't working. The cameras caught you.
It was back like 5-6 weeks ago, right?
Yeah. And he was just like, at the time it wasn't working. But he kept it professional.
Yeah.
He's a vet, And it just goes to show that the play calling sucks. He knows it. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
But he's a pro that he is. And
the clip they're referring to was him and Andy Dalton talking to each other, and they both he looked at Dalton and said, this just isn't working. Like
Yeah,
these plays aren't working is what he mouthed.
yeah, and it's because our franchise QB was just getting destroyed play after play. So I'm sure him being in that situation earlier on, he feels for Justin Fields. He doesn't want him to get fucked up. The less hits that he can take, the better.
Good guy, Nick.
And that just goes to show that, the incompetence of our coaching staff right now is, we got to protect this guy, number one, and then let him learn throughout the season. But I really like Nick Foles, and I hope he gets a start. And I'm honestly thinking our defense is going to destroy the Giants. Saquon hasn't been Saquon that we've known. And I don't know, that's just because, he's coming back from the injury and maybe next year he'll be good. But that whole team up and down is just not good right now.
Yeah. Yeah, Giants. I mean, they fired Jason Garrett, so he's out there floating around. Probably the next Jags head coach. You never know how that ends up.
Oh man, imagine him being the head coach again.
I know that'll happen, but I don't know who they're going to go with. But no, I mean, I think y'all guys definitely got a good shot, especially with the quarterback situation there in Giants and your defense just being tuned up. I think I can expect at least like 2 sacks from Smith, if anything.
And Quinn.
Like,
and Quinn is having a fantastic year, and this is with Khalil Mack not even being there. So imagine if he was playing.
Y'all guys got him off of a good hot year that he had with Dallas.
Yeah.
And then he went to the Bears, and he's kept it up.
He shit the bed. He shit the bed last year.
Yeah, last year wasn't his best, but then now he came up, and I mean, but you're right though, he is without Khalil Mack on the opposite side of him, so he's kind of doing everything on his own.
I'm excited for our defense.
Yeah.
I think the assistant coordinator that stepped up did a decent job this season. It's hard for the defense to be successful when they only get 3 plays to rest and go right back out there.
Yeah.
Help.
Yeah, that's really the only struggle when it comes to that. Is that defense facing fatigue just because the offense stalls quick 3 and outs because there's no creativeness with the play calling, or they just can't get anything moving.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if this is going to be a good game for y'all's tandem of running backs between Herbert and
I'm
Montgomery
excited.
to off, to be honest.
And we haven't even seen Tariq Cohen all season. So next season is going to be interesting with these 3 young cats.
Where is he at contract-wise for you guys, Cohen?
We gave him a fat contract last season.
He got extended, right?
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't like fat contract, but
no. But
we extended
did he get re-injured at one point, or was this still from the lingering injury from last year?
No, he had signed the contract and then blew out his knee.
Right.
But he didn't play. Cam Akers tore his Achilles at the beginning of the season, and he's about to play again this season. Insanity. And Tariq Cohen has been out for over a year at this point.
I mean, maybe that does more with, record-wise where they're at, where it's just
maybe.
Why chance
it?
It?
He hasn't even practiced, I don't think.
I don't know. I mean, give the guy a whole fresh year off of his legs. He'll probably be amazing this next season, to be honest. Depending on, I don't know what they're going to do, though. You got this kid Herbert, who's actually, doing pretty good as well. So who knows how that whole tandem is going to work.
Yeah, he's a stud. I like him.
If they get a decent coach out there, double running back package with 1 or 2 of them in there,
Yeah,
I mean, that'd be fun.
Definitely. I mean, just
make the Bears fun again.
Yeah, run the fucking ball. That's how you can protect your quarterback. Be effective at running the ball, have the quarterback make plays when he needs to, and have the defense step up. Look, I just did it. They win a Super Bowl.
Boom. The math is there.
The math is there, and that's the way I kind of feel about the Colts.
Yeah.
Their defense is stepped.
Man, I hope Frank Reich should get Coach of the Year, to be honest.
For sure.
For the criticism he got, because even I said, I was like, hey, they're going with Carson Wentz, but I didn't really look into so much of the history. I know he was there with the
Eagles.
Eagles.
they had
like they've kept up with each other since then.
Yeah, like he wanted him this whole time. Yeah. So, like I was saying, he stepped up. The defense is doing their job. The running game is just phenomenal. Yeah. And Wentz makes passes when he needs to. He doesn't have to do anything crazy.
They beat the Cardinals with like a backup O-line. They had like 2 more injuries. They were already out like 2 starters. They got 2 more injuries during the game. I don't know. The Colts, fun to watch. And then you also have T.Y. Hilton being primetime T.Y. Hilton for him at the right time of the year.
Yeah.
That's normally how it goes. He'll get injured. Then he shows up at later games in the year. Michael Pittman having a crazy season for himself. But yeah, Jonathan Taylor's a beast too, though.
Have you seen any of their Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
Like on HBO?
It's like it's that good underdog story. Like
it is. And it's really because at the beginning of the season, when they announced that it was them, I was like, man, this is fucking going to be boring.
Colts?
God damn it. Like, who wants to see Carson Wentz? And then you kind of fall in love with everybody.
Yeah.
They get you.
I had put out on Facebook, I was like, man, the Colts actually, because I was watching the Cardinals games, like, they look fucking fun to watch. Like, Carson Wentz looks like 2017 Carson Wentz. He's extending plays with his legs. He's just battling.
These guys are hungry and having fun. And that's the way football should be. Everyone looks like they're having fun. Do your fucking job. Have fun. And you win games. Like, they're winning games when they need to. And, Jonathan Taylor is going to be number 1 overall pick.
Segue with that overall pick next year for fantasy easily. I mean, that O-line is just ridiculous for the Colts too. But to segue with having fun, let's talk about Week 17 Cowboys and Cards. Let's segue it into the defense. The Stan Quinn defense is fun to watch. The players,
hell yeah.
We already said, like, him being there, it's a guy that players gravitate to, that they love playing for, and it's clear on all these players' faces.
I have a question. I know there's some receivers on your team that are having some issues catching the ball. Why don't we just put Diggs in there and let him play both ways?
Hey, everybody keeps saying that. I mean, it's in his bloodline. You never know. I mean, we've seen T.J. Watt line up for a pass one time. Oh, I mean, they even got a fat man pass last week to one of the linemen. That was awesome. Everybody loves to see that.
I like fat boy touchdowns are my favorite.
Rumbling, stumbling into the end zone. Yeah. Love it.
They're just juggling the fucking balls and shit. Yeah, I said juggling balls.
Pause.
Pause.
No, I don't know. CeeDee Lamb's been, he hasn't been too consistent. Yeah, hopefully that turns around.
The guy's a little guy.
Yeah.
He's tiny. And he's taking some hits. So I don't blame him, dropping the ball here and there.
Cautious down there. Yeah.
Yeah, but, he's going to have to make some of these catches in the big games.
As long as Michael Gallup shows up with his 1 or 2 sideline toe-tapping catches each game, that's all I need. And I'm fine.
Okay.
That's it.
Hey, Amari Cooper still has it.
Stud.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, stud. He runs the cleanest routes. He just makes shit happen.
I feel like he doesn't complain.
I just wish he was more vocal. I feel like he is behind the scenes though.
Maybe.
I think he's like the Marshawn Lynch type. Like, he's cool with his teammates, but like he just doesn't care for the media.
Yeah.
And
that's good. That's perfect. Yeah. I'm sure ownership loves it. Like, they don't have to deal with a diva. You know?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we don't have like a, T.O. Des Bryant. We're not having that right now.
That's my quarterback.
Des Bryant ladder year. That's my quarterback, man.
That's my quarterback, man.
He really hammed it up on that. That's crazy.
Hey, that was perfect. Thank you.
Quarterback, dog.
Memes for years. I love it.
All right, back to the defense, though.
Yeah.
Offense, before we go to the defense, offense looking like they're on file. On the same page. What I like, though, was some of the tweets that the reporters were saying that Dak spent time these past practices leading before the Cardinals game, before the Washington game, that working on timing with the receivers. So that lets me know that they're watching it. They see it on film. They see what's going wrong. They see that there's miscommunication, miscues with everybody, and they're saying and getting the work done. They're putting in the work.
They should have been
which
All
should have been
season.
happening regardless. Yeah. But
Right.
to me, like, at least it's getting addressed. Like, they're just not coasting with it. They're just not riding like, oh, well, we'll get back to, you know, that offensive status that we are.
Yeah.
They actually are recognizing that they're getting shit done. So
yeah,
so
they're taking accountability.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. You know, they're doing what they need to do to get things fixed. Hey, the defense, whatever they're doing, just keep doing it. Like,
I mean,
they're firing on all
the most
cylinders
questioned pick turned out to be the most amazing pick for them. Micah fucking Parsons. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk?
Hey,
This
right
guy's
there,
playing
defensive player of the
end,
year.
playing linebacker, covering guys as a quarterback. The best utility player in the history of utility players. He's the only rookie that has ever done what he is doing right now. We are probably looking at the future next Hall of Famer right now. I mean, I've never seen anybody defensive-wise do what he's doing.
Oh, he's going to get paid.
Yeah, he's going to get a fat contract. He'll get into his third year easily.
He isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be a Cowboy for life. They're going to back up the Brinks for this guy. For sure.
And now it just aggravates me, all the money spent on Jalen Smith. Now I'm just mad thinking about that right now. All right, but anyway. But what I like about him is he's that guy, like, that everybody also, you know, I know I said before for some other guys, but that players gravitate to as well.
Yeah.
Like, he's already got that respect being a rookie, like, and all of his interviews, super humble. He calls out everybody else as far as like what they've done, what they're doing on defense. Doesn't really make it about him. He just says he doesn't care about the stats. Like, he's just saying, I'm here to make plays and I want to go win the big game. That's it. That's all that's on his mind right now, which is as it should be.
But you saw that aggressiveness, that eagerness to be out there. Yeah. And it just looks like
when we saw it in Hard Knocks and on the preseason games.
He sees everything.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't see in these young players. And this guy was just made for the pros.
Oh, for sure. He's just going to be that generational talent that just rarely comes once in a lifetime. That's him right now. But I mean, he makes everybody else better. Randy Gregory looks good. DeMarcus Lawrence looks good, man. They all look good. Like, they're not having to be solely, you know, the hearts of the defense. They got this kid that's making other blocking assignments and everything, you know, more crazier for everybody else, to where they're taking advantage of their one-on-one matchups whenever they have them.
Right.
And
no, I mean, that's been one of the things that I've enjoyed watching the Cowboys play, is just how dominant this young kid is with these vets on the other line. It's just, like you said, we don't see this very often, and you got lucky that he's on your team.
Yeah, no, for sure. Lastly, I'm going to apologize to Anthony Brown. No, I've been super harsh on him, but I see that he's making an effort, okay? Now, is he going to get burnt a couple times? Probably, more than likely. Is he going to get a PI call? More than likely. But
more than likely.
He's putting in the time and he's putting in the work, and I appreciate you, Anthony Brown.
Dude, that's good. I like it. This is growth.
We're growing here.
We're growing
and we're learning.
Just don't fuck up in a big game.
Yeah,
because we're gonna get
right. You get one PI, you get 3 back to back, and you're dead to me. But all right, so matchup with them and the Cardinals.
Y'all are taking it.
I like it. I like where my defense is at. If you needed one guy that could play QB spy, Micah fucking Parsons, who can contain him on the outside, who has that speed to seal off those stupid runs wherever he wants to bomb a 50-yard run because he can, because his little legs just move faster than everybody else's for whatever reason. Yeah.
It's like Mario when he starts running. You know, his little legs just.
Oh, man. I don't know if you saw a tweet but somebody did the Mr. Krabs, like, leg walking sound effect on him. It was like,
because he doesn't look like he's taking full strides. It just
doesn't.
A lot of little strides.
Yeah. It's just fast, fluid motion.
Truly. Yeah, it's effective. Yeah.
But, I mean, defense gets a little bit of break because you don't have to worry about DeAndre Hopkins. Granted, Cards do have a lot of speedsters, though, when it comes to their wide receivers, and that's what you kind of got to worry about. But I feel confident in this matchup. I feel confident with the way the offense.
This is the game that y'all need to win.
For sure. I mean, if we win here, and the Packers lose against, I think they're playing the Vikings.
As much as I want y'all to win,
yeah,
it's going to be so fucking annoying after y'all win.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be annoying.
Like, it's going to be
the fans are going to be
annoying. Full on, we're going to the Super Bowl talk. Like, it's going to be gross.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 72% of the Dallas Cowboys fan base that is very toxic. I hate it. I myself, I am a very rational Cowboys fan. You know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is going to get – it's mostly going to be the Cowboys fans on Facebook. Those are one of the worst. I don't think it's as bad on Twitter. There's a few, but I see them more on Facebook than I see on Twitter. There's like there's a bit of divergence there. So
yeah, gross.
All right. Moving on. We got good stuff to look out for. Week 17. Wish the best to both the Bears and the Cowboys. What we got next? Pick'ems.
Real quick. I know we're both not in the playoffs.
Oh, I ate shit in all my fantasy leagues.
But on the small league, we actually are playing for 5th place right now.
Oh, we are?
This week. So, if you want to do like a little bet amongst ourselves, we can do that. I'll let you think about that. You can follow up with me after the pod.
All right, that sounds good.
All right.
No, we'll make it on the pod so that way it's on film.
Well, I was trying to be nice. If you look at your phone real quick. Look at your phone real quick and see, if you want to smoke or not. Because I honestly should have been.
I think your team's pretty stacked compared to mine.
Yeah, I should have been, contending for this, and I got
my team's not bad in that league. I just got murked by Travis Kelce.
It happens.
It was just the worst. Bro, it signed me out. Oh, let me see if I should have it updated. All right, let me see. How many people have COVID, first of all?
Hey, it's only 5 days now, so they probably have a chance to play, which is kind of fucked up because a lot of these players, that were out for, whatever amount of time, got fined. Now, all these people are losing money, and now it's like, well, I guess we could do 5. It's fine. Whatever your employer wants.
Yeah, you do got a stacked team, but, I'll take it. You want to just do like 25 on it?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
All right, Doc. 25 then.
Hey, bang! It's sealed. $25.
All right, so let's jump into the pick'ems. Where were you even at on pick'ems? Do we know?
Oh man, it's not even fun anymore. You're still up by like 15. You would have to like really shit the bed for me to even catch up. But we're gonna have fun with it.
Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead, week 1, what are we looking at?
Atlanta at Buffalo. I mean,
easy
Buffalo.
Yep.
Giants at Chicago. Gotta take the Bears at home.
Thank you.
Kansas City at Cincinnati. I can see this going in favor of either one.
I'm gonna say it first. Fuck you, Taco. I'm going Cincinnati. I'm saying it. I don't care. Cincinnati.
You know what, Taco? Double fuck
just because
Cincy.
Yeah, he's gonna be pissed. All right.
I like Joe Burrow.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Then you got Miami at Tennessee. I like Tennessee at home.
Yeah, I do too.
Even though Miami's on this like 7-game win streak.
Yeah,
the fun's got to end sometime.
Having AJ Brown back really changed things. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
Then we got Vegas at Indianapolis. I mean, I gotta go with Colts here at home. There's no question.
Wentz is still on the vid.
Yeah.
On the vid list.
But they said he can clear because he's still, even if he's unvaccinated, he still has a 5 days, right?
Yes.
So he should be good? Question mark?
Well, it depends if I don't know. It's that 2-test thing. I'm not sure where he's at.
If not, then it's Sam Ellinger time, right?
Something like that.
Okay, Sam Ellinger. So. I like Sammy boy. I'm gonna go. I'm still gonna go Colts here.
All right, I am too. Just because of defense.
Then we got Jacksonville at New England. All right, here's my upset.
Oh,
Jacksonville.
Okay, I'm going New England. All right. That Jack and Coke's hidden. That Jack and Coke
I've been chugging it. It's already gone. Then you got Carolina at New Orleans. I honestly feel like this is just a coin flip at this point.
Yeah.
But I think I got to go Nola here at home.
I'm going Carolina. I really don't like what the Panthers are doing right now. I think the coach doesn't give two fucks about the season anymore.
Yeah.
Playing Cam Newton and then throwing in Sam Darnold and throwing in the other guy. I don't like it. I don't like it. This reminds me of the Tebow times. Not good. So, but I'm going Carolina still, just because Nola is just in shambles right now. And now the other coach that's floating around is Sean Payton to the Bears, to come back home. But I don't know. I really don't see it happening. But
you never know.
Never know.
Let's see. Now we got Tampa Bay at New York Jets. New York Jets the Jets just came off a win, right?
They did, and I'm pretty impressed with what Saleh has been doing. They're buying in to the fight. They're buying into the idea, and they're scrappy at times.
I still got to go Tampa Bay here, though.
Of course, but I'm just trying to give them a little bit of props.
All right.
Sorry.
Fair. Just give a little bit of hype, man.
Yeah.
Then you got Philly at Washington. I think Philly will get a dub here.
Yep.
Then you got the Broncos at the Chargers. Man, the Chargers kind of fell off, man.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say they fell off. I think they just got punched in the mouth real quick and they didn't know what to do, which is kind of concerning because they've been hot. I mean, Justin Herbert's still getting his. Even with that loss, he's been a pretty steady QB getting, at least 20 points each week. I'm going to still go with the Chargers here. And I want to say it's a division game for them.
Yeah, I'm going to go one more upset pick. I'm going to go Broncos here.
Okay.
Then we got Houston at San Francisco. This should be easy lock, San Francisco.
Yeah, that's what they said last week.
They did say that, true.
But
Jimmy G just throwing dicks out there. I don't know what he's doing.
You know what? Fuck it. This is my upset. H-Town.
H-Town. All right. I'm going to go Niners here. Then we got Arizona at Dallas. Of course, I'm going Dallas.
I'll go in Dallas too.
Thank you, sir. Then we got Detroit at Seattle. You know what? Why the fuck not, Lions? Get you another win.
Oh, yes. I like it. I like it. I know it's a divisional rival. I mean, not really a divisional rival, but I like them winning. I like their coach. I like that he has so much emotion and he cares so much.
True.
I just want them to win. So we're going Detroit here.
Then we got Rams at Baltimore. I think this should just be an easy game for the Rams.
For sure. This is a bounce-back game for Matthew Stafford. Fantasy-wise, he should go off. Should is the key word.
Then we got the night game, Minnesota at Green Bay. I'm going to go Minnesota here.
Oh. I mean, they beat them once, right?
I need them, yeah.
I'm going Green Bay just because I feel like if I pick them, I'm going to jinx them.
Okay.
And
reverse psychology, I like it.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe someone stomps on Aaron Rodgers' pinky toe. I don't know what happens.
And he can ham it up like Roethlisberger every time he gets thrown to the ground.
I mean, the guy is broken to begin with. And, this is going to be an end of an era. Like, he already said this is probably going to be my last game at Heinz Field. That's where they play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that QB spot is going to be coveted.
I mean, there's nobody in there off the bench that they're going to feel comfortable with being
absolutely not. Starter. So I see Tomlin kind of, texting Aaron Rodgers like
he's either texting Rodgers, he's trying to get with Huntley, saying, "Hey yo, need you over here."
That makes sense.
Because I'm trying to think of who else would fit. in that role. Like, where's other backups that are just kind of floating around right now? I'm looking at the whole list right now of what I have in front of me. I mean, if you wanted, like, you got a good offense, you got a good defense. If you wanted to win now, you need a little bit O-line pieces maybe. I mean, Rodgers, you give him a fat bag.
They're gonna entice him.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird to see him in a Pittsburgh uniform if that ever does happen.
Yeah. I mean, don't forget that we still have a quarterback that didn't even play a snap.
Who?
Watson.
Oh, true. Forget about Watson.
I mean, you would have thought by now something would have happened in court. I mean, it's been almost a goddamn year. So we'll see.
It's been like 3 years. Jesus.
Yeah, man.
So, all right. So Cleveland at Pittsburgh. I think I'm going to go Pittsburgh. I think they're going to let Big Ben ride off into the sunset.
No, I think Cleveland's going to tell Big Ben, fuck you for all the times that you ruined it for us. Cleveland, you're going Pittsburgh.
And Baker's going to
win. And they still have a chance at playoffs, which is it's weird.
It's 18-week season, man. It's just and when you're allowing one other team to be in the playoffs too. So
yeah.
Like Kevin Garnett said, anything is possible.
Anything.
All right. So
Bears Super Bowl next year. Calling it right now.
Hey, they did go to the Super Bowl in my Madden franchise in 2022.
Oh.
But I beat them because I moved the Houston Oilers back. But they did make it.
I moved the Houston Oilers back.
I did. I took the Broncos and I moved them to Houston, and I made them into the Oilers.
Okay. I like it.
All right. So that is it for this episode. We got some big games this weekend.
Yeah, and fantasy football games too, apparently.
Yeah.
$25 on the line.
25 on the line.
And respect. We're playing for fifth place, but
we also had the other bet too for the running backs.
Oh, you already won that. It doesn't even fucking matter.
What did we bet on again?
Oh, you want me to say it out loud?
Yeah,
okay.
Because I know Taco's gonna watch, so I just want to make sure he knows as well.
It was a 3-way running back bet. Whoever's team's main running back had the best rushing season, $100. And then it was going to be like tiers of like depending on yards, touchdowns.
Touchdowns and everything else.
I mean, obviously your running back's been healthy all season, so you just ran away with it.
He was putting a lot of time though. He almost let Montgomery catch up for a little bit.
He did. If Montgomery didn't get hurt,
Montgomery would have taken it easily. Yeah. He would at least have 200 more yards on Zeke right now.
I know you were. I mean, look. Let's be honest. We weren't worried about Taco's running back. Not even at the beginning of the season. Yeah. We weren't. I mean, this was just going to be an easy, layup hundo right here. But I really thought that I had a chance until he got hurt. And then,
Taco, week 18, I will text you my Cash App, my guy.
And on that note, hey, Happy New Year's, motherfuckers. Albert, I'll be seeing you, man.
For sure. Happy New Year's.
And yeah, this is take the rest of that down because it's pretty much all alcohol right there.
It is.
Yeah, take that down. Cheers. Oh man, yeah, hit that shit, both of you.